Got another great question from Dysfunctional Viking. Because so many of you asked me how I practice, let's get into it. Because I guarantee it's a bit different.
My question is this. How do you make an offering to the deities? To the land Betir, to the ancestors, to anybody? How do you do it?
You know, growing up and visiting my Nana out in D.C. who immigrated from Oslo when she was a girl after the war, other than a few trappings around the house and some eclectic reading, there wasn't a lot there. It was all stories, food, and traditions. Maybe it was the D.C. Parkway elite, or maybe it's how she was raised. She didn't even own a hammer. Not a single drinking horn, altar, or axe. But at Yule, the Jolenbach would come out. Every visit had a feast, many stories told, and carried on today. That's why I am of the mind that I am of no need of an altar. But as the times have changed, so is my perceptions and wisdoms. My body is of my ancestors. Therefore, this is my altar. The food I put in it honors not only my ancestors, but the gods as well. What I do with my altar brings honor to those ancestors and the gods as well. There were a lot of stories about family honor and legacy, and that's how I raise my children, should they choose to walk this path. But they do like to come with me when I go out into nature. Sometimes we do trash cleanups as we do. We've been doing it since they were about 5. They've helped me with some river cleanups too, and nothing beats just standing in the middle of a river listening. I go there frequently when I'm at a crossroads and have trouble making a decision, seeking a push or a pull. I also venerate the ancestors by making sure that their legacy and grandchildren carry on, raising them, taking care of them, feeding, so much feeding them and laundering. It was part of Nana's last wishes. Boy, is that being tested. But when I feel tested by life in the good old USA, I think about many of the stories she used to tell me, including one where she would say, the blueprint's right in front of us if we learn to read between the lines where the wisdom is. Philosophical guidebook, if you can read it. She also semi-frequently said that if you allow the wisdom of the sagas to flow around your feet like you were standing in a river, hint, hint, that you would be able to adapt it to the times. I know it's not a lot like what some of you do, but I can respect that. But those were different times. We can be much more open about it now. I don't know, call me old school if it makes you feel better. But it's how I feel connected. Just some things to think about. And I'll see you next time.